Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So the purpose of this video is to just help you write a cleaner, faster and more readable Python code. So that's why in this video I'm going to treat, or we are going to explore 5 powerful F strings that we level up your Python programming journey. F string, which basically means with formatted string literals, a concise and readable way to embed expressions and variables in strings. Okay, and they are faster than other methods like the modular formatting. When you use the strings, where people see your code and they're impressed by your code, they are like, yeah, damn, like this guy is really good. It's more like those things where you see people coding and you're like, wow. You see, these are some of the things that help you make people admire your code. It gives you a cleaner code. So it's very important to know this F or formatted string tricks. Without wasting much time, I'm going to quickly jump into the video. So I'm in my IDE right now. So now the trick one is, let's look at trick one, formatting numbers with precision or comma. F strings also support format specifiers. Like maybe you have the to format specifier for decimal, or maybe you can also say for 1,000 separators in a way. 1,000 separators, making the numbers very readable. So these two types of formatting. And this is also perfect in terms of, let's say you are doing financial data, reports, or user-friendly output. So let me quickly explain, and let me quickly give an example of what I'm saying. So maybe let's say we have a price of assigned to, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. We can have 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now here we can just come and say, well, print our F string. Then let's say price. Let's put some. So if we are formatting it for dollar, can just say dollar, then we'll have our price variable called here. So if you are formatting it for the thousands, like I said before, we'll just go, then maybe we want it 2 factors. So 2 factors, which is for 2 decimal places. So let's run this and let's see. So you run this, 1,234,567. 1,234,567.89. So we are able to format this whole into this currency ratio. So it makes it easier. So easier. Very, very easy and very useful. And let me try another example. So maybe let's say we have a variable like ratio. Let me put space here so we can see it now. Our variable like ratio. Maybe ratio you can say 0.756. So let's print if we are doing it like in terms of percentage. So we can have percentage. Okay, percentage. I hope I spell it right. Then we have our ratio. So we can also say 2%. Let's say we are doing it per 2%. So let's also run this and see what we have for the terminal as well. So this also has formatted this to 75% in also 2 decimal places. Okay, so this is how so easy and so nice and neat your code becomes. And that was one of the reasons why I said this, that if you use the F strings, it gives you, people look at your code and they are like, yes, this guy really knows what he's doing. We'll say we just use 0, so let me say 0%. Usually we use like 0% for no decimal places in percentage. So let's say if you don't want to have a decimal place in percentage, then you have to use the 0%. So like I'm saying, if you don't have no decimal places, then here has to be 0. So let me clear it and see. So if you should run it, you see you have your 75%, and because it's 0.1, so 6 is above 1, so it will run it to 1 decimal place. So that one will run it becomes 76. That's why you're seeing 76 here. Same way if you want to do like 1 decimal place, just put 1 here and also run it. So you see you have 75.1. 6 still, which is still 1 decimal place there. Same way as this, let's say you want like 3 decimal places here, you can also run it. So you see you have 0.891 to also 3 decimal places here, or 3 factors. So that is how useful this is. So it's something that you really have to note. Okay, so let's quickly look at the second trick. We are looking at debugging with the assignment specifier. So debugging with the assignment specifier. When we say the assignment is specifier, let me quickly do something here. So we'll say X is assigned to 42, and we can also say Y is assigned to 100 as well. So now when we see the assignment specifier, I think with that it helps us specify or displace both the variable and its value, and that can help you even make debugging easier. We can print something like this. We can say the F string. We can say the F string, and we can give it the X. Yeah. So we say this assigned to. Then we can also add for the Y as well. So we can say Y also assigned to. So this is F string. So let's put all this in a double quote. So we take this here and bring this here like this. So now let's say I should print. Let me run this. You see the output. Yeah. So you see what we got. We got the X 42 and what Y is equal to this. Or we can also use it this way. We can also say okay. So what we should run this as for. This is like adding X plus Y for us. Why this is useful? One of the reasons why this is useful is so this eliminates the repetitive print variable statement saying time, and reducing what unnecessary stress. So for example, when we have the print variable, then we also have another word in terms of a variable. Okay, so basically this is one of the things. So it eliminates repetitive print variable statements. So let's say we are trying to use this in a kind of loop, right? This is how we can also use that in a kind of loop. So if we want to debug complex calculation, like maybe for I in range, so we can give it a 3 parameter here. So let's say we go for print F string, and we can also say maybe I also assign it the way back here. We can say 2 also assign it. Okay, so now if we run this, now this is what we are getting. So we have the I is equal to 0. So it's like the range in terms of what. So we have the range running here. Okay, so this is also helpful in terms of what running also complex loops as well. Okay, so now let's quickly look at our third trick. So I also say in terms of what date formatting with F strings. So let me give an example. So maybe F strings can format date time. As you know, we have our date time objects using the same specifiers as the what string F10. So if you are familiar with the date time module very well, this will make sense to you. Yeah. So maybe like we have the modular year, where we have our modular year, then we can have our modular month, and also our modular day. So this is that we want to format our date time to be what year, month, or day. So depending on how you want to format it. So example, let me just give a short example. So this makes sense. So maybe we can say from date time from date time, we import date time. So here we go, print. So let's do one for current date. So here we can just say current date. So here we have now. Here, then we have our modular year. We have our modular month. Our modular day. Modular day. Then we have our what? Modular hour. The modular minute. Modular minute. Then also modular seconds. Modular seconds. So this is for in terms of current date time. Then we can also do same for, let's say, formatted. So I'll just say formatted. So if you look at this, so we have the current date, which we have here at this specific time. Okay. Then we also formatted it at the current month here, 2025 at 6/12. So with the help of the current string, you can be able to what? Pick the current date time module. You can be able to format the date anyhow you want it. Anyhow you want it. Maybe if you want to have maybe time at or whatever I want to do. It's so easier to do that. Okay. So one thing also to look at also, this can also help in generating the time or dynamic file names or user facing timestamps. I just run this. So this is how it is. So report and the date, because you have our current date, the month and the day .csv. So this is also helpful. So in case you want to also maybe format your file names to have the date format, it will generate the user facing timestamps for basically your file names as well. So that's also one helpful way you can also use the F string. Now let's look at trick number 3 or trick number 4. I think you're on trick number 4 now. So trick number 4, we can use the F string, padding and alignment. Also, I use it for padding and alignment for clean output. So for instance, let's say we use specifiers like greater than, then we can also have the less than specifier here, or maybe let's just say, or maybe something like this. No, this will be factorial. Or maybe this. So to align text ornaments and also add custom filters. So maybe you want to add a custom filter. So this will, let me quickly give an example and see. So maybe we can say if name is assigned to Alice. If you assign a name to Alice, then you have a score also 95. Then we can see print. We have our F string. Okay, so we run something like this. We have Alice, then we have what space, we give O as a maximum, amount of space here. There was 95, also some amount of space there. Or maybe at one simple way I can also do it to also make it more understandable. Maybe we can say name here. Then we can say maybe we want like dot here. Can put dot here. Then let's say we also want like maybe 0 here. So we should run this also. This put like about it fills the space in front there with what the dot there, and also fills the space here with what the 0. So depending on the number of space there, to fill it with the amount of or the signs that you've indicated there. So this one is useful in the sense where maybe to create neat tables, logs, or align outputs for better readability. It's very helpful when you want to do your stuff like that. All right. So that's it. Now let's look at the last trick. My last trick for you, which is trick number 5. So trick number 5 is, let's say you want to do base conversion for numbers. Base conversion for numbers is very useful. So strings basically support converting integers to binary. So if you have a binary here, or you can have X or whatever, or if you, depending on the binary that we want, be it hexadecimal or octal. We can also say or octal if you want octal binary. So octal binary, hexadecimal binary, then binary. It helps us in doing all that. Let me use one example to explain better so you get it. So if you have num maybe assigned to 42, then we can print something like we say decimal So let's run this here. So we have our decimal binary, we have our hex, and also in terms of our octal here. So let me also use in terms of maybe so this is like a prefix that we have here. So basically what we do is maybe you add in terms of what you add hash for prefix, like we add let's say 1 tip is we just add maybe things like things that will end this way, or things that will end this way, or maybe you can say this way. So this is how useful strings are. It makes your code very readable fast. It reduces more bugs compared to any type of method you want to use. So these are my top 5 or my most top 5 ways of using the F strings that can be very, very, very readable. Makes your code very readable. So I hope you learned something from this video. And if you like this video very much, don't forget to like this video. Also subscribe for more content like this. And you can drop your comment for any suggestions you have or any comments you have. So don't forget to drop your comments for me to also have a look at them as well. So thank you for watching this video, and see you in another video.